Welcome to Medlacto. Today we are going to discuss ABO blood group system. In the ABO blood group system, you will see three most important antigen. Antigen A, antigen B and antigen H. So first of all, we will discuss the composition of all these three antigen. So let's start. First of all, if you see, as we know that the antigens actually present on the surface of the RBCs. So if you see here is the structures of the RBCs, and first thing that actually directly attached to the membrane of the RBCs will be the oligosaccharide chain. So this is the first thing, that is the oligosaccharide chain. This is the first thing that will attach to the membrane of the RBCs. Okay. Next thing or the next structure will be the glucose. This is the glucose that will attach to the oligosaccharide chain. And the third thing is the galactose. This is the galactose. Okay. And after that, you will see the N-acetyl glucosamine. And after that, you will see again the molecule of galactose. This is the galactose. Okay. Now, up till these five molecule actually form the precursor substance. These five molecule form the precursor substance. This is actually called the precursor. After that, you will see the attachment of the fucose. When we add fucose to the galactose, then it will become the H antigen. So we now just add fucose with the help of the enzyme, and that enzyme will be the L-fucosyl transferase. So this happens with the help of the L-fucosyl transferase enzyme. That enzyme actually adds the fucose, and now this whole structure will become the H antigen. This is actually called the H antigen. Okay. After that, we know that the H antigen can convert into either A antigen and the B antigen. If I add N-acetyl galactosamine to the galactose, then it will become A antigen, and if I add D-galactose to the galactose, then it will become the B antigen. So it has two options. First one is the, if I add N-acetyl galactosamine, then it will become the A antigen. But if I add another thing, that is the D-galactose, then it will become the B antigen. You will add just one thing at one time. If you add N-acetyl galactosamine, then it will become the A antigen. If you add D-galactose, then it will become the B antigen. And these also happens with the help of the enzyme like N-acetyl galactosamine transferase will add the N-acetyl galactosamine. But the D-galactosyl transferase will add the D-galactose. So these are basically the different compositions of the H antigen and the A and the B antigen. Okay, hope so you got the point. Next we will discuss the genetics of the ABO blood group system. First of all, if you see here, as we know that the one gene has two alleles on the homologous chromosome. One allele is present at one chromosome and the another allele is present on the other chromosome, and these form the one gene. Okay, one chromosome comes from the father and one comes from the mother. Okay, in the ABO gene you will see the three allele. So in this case, you will see the allele A, allele B, and allele O. But keep remember, in one person you will just the one pair. Let's suppose if I say here are basically the two person. Okay. Let's suppose the person 1 has combination of A and B. A allele and the B allele. One comes from father and one comes from mother. And second person has a combination of B and O. B and O. Again, you will see that in one person you will see just one pair of the allele. Actually, but in ABO gene, you will see the three types of the allele. Okay. Next is the H gene. In H gene, you will see two allele, capital H and the small h. Okay. Now we will see that they actually combine in different ways and express the antigen on the surface of the RBC. First of all, if we discuss the A blood group. So in the A blood group, as we know that the H antigen is very much important. If there is no H antigen, you will never see the A antigen and the B antigen. So A antigen must be present when you will see the A and the B antigen. Okay. First of all, H antigen. So A antigen has a pair of capital H, capital H. Now it will express the H antigen. Other combination is capital H and the small h. They also show the H antigen because capital H is a dominance over the small h, so that it will express the H antigen on the surface of the RBCs. But this point is very much important. Small h, if there is a person having small h and the small h allele, then that person will never express any H antigen. So this point is very much important, and that will be the Bombay phenotype. Okay. This point is very much important. Hope so you got the point. These pair must be present on the in the person that actually present the A antigen. After that, for the expression of the A, there is another pair that will be that can either be capital A, capital A. This is for the conversion from the H antigen to the A antigen. And there is another combination that is AO. A allele is actually dominant over the O allele. This is very much important. Now, it's mean that in A blood group you will see the half will be the H antigen and the half will be the A antigen. Both antigen will be present in the A blood group. Next is the same case will be the B, capital H, capital H, capital H, small h. This is for the H antigen. After that, AH antigen will convert into the B antigen. So for the B antigen, you will see presence of capital B, and the capital B and the O. This is for the conversion of the H antigen into the B antigen. Okay. Next is the AB. Again, you see the capital H, small h, that will be present. And after that, you will see the combination of A and the B allele. It show codominance. At the time, you will see the A allele and the B allele, both will express. And ultimately, you will see on the surface of the RBCs, you will see the H antigen due to this pair of the allele, and the AB antigen on a single RBCs will be shown due to the AB codominance relation. Last is the O. In the O, you will see again H is always present. H antigen is present in O blood group, but A and B antigen will never be expressed. Why? Because in this person, you will see the two alleles, that is OO. And when there is a person having O allele, then he will never express any A or B antigen. So this is the basically the genetics of the ABO blood group system. Next, if we discuss the relationship between the antigen and the antibodies of the ABO blood group system. So here are again basically the four blood group A, B, AB and O. So in the A blood group, as we have discussed, that it has H antigen and the A antigen. Why? Because again, if you see, it has this H antigen represent due to the presence of this gene, and the A antigen will express due to the presence of any one of the pair. So this is the case one. Second is the B blood group having H antigen on the surface of the RBCs and the B antigen. Okay. In the ABO blood group system, RBC is having 3 antigen. What type of antigen? 3 H antigen, okay, B antigen and the A antigen. At a time, all 3 antigen will be present on the surface of the RBCs. Next is the O blood group, in which you will see the presence of the H antigen only. There is no A and B antigen on the surface of the RBC. But there is an exception, that in Bombay phenotype, you will never see even H will also be removed. This is an exception case. In the Bombay phenotype, there is no A, no B and no H. There is nothing on the surface of the RBCs in the Bombay phenotypes. Okay. Keep remember this rule in your mind, that same antigen and antibodies cannot come across. If you see here, if there is a antigen, the opposite will be A antibody will never be A, because the A antigen and A antibody will be the same, but the opposite will be the B antibodies. So in this case, the opposite will be the B antibody. A antigen, the opposite will be the B antibodies. Okay. Next is the, if there is B antigen, the opposite will be the A antibody. If you see A and B both antigen present on the surface of the RBCs, then there will be the no antibodies, because you see the reaction, chances of the reaction. Okay. If there is no antigen, then obviously opposite side will be the both A and the B antibody will be present in this case. Okay, this is the one thing. But in Bombay phenotype, there is no antigen. Even H antigen is not present. So it's mean that in the Bombay phenotype, H antibody can be present in only the case of the Bombay phenotype. Because if there is H antigen in any one of them, then you see the reaction with the H antigen. So that's why all these groups have H antigen. So opposite you will never see the H antibody. But in the Bombay phenotype, there is no H antigen. So opposite will be the H antibody. This is the case. Now, if we play a game, that how different blood group donate blood, specifically the RBCs. If you see here, if there is a person, can A donate blood to the A? Specifically, M will say that specifically the RBCs. So A can donate RBCs to the A, yes, because similar blood will transfuse into the person. Okay. Can A give to the B blood RBCs? No. Why? Because A RBCs has A antigen. Okay. But when he give RBCs to the B, then B person has A antibodies. Now A antigen will react to the A antibodies and form the agglutination. Okay. So that's the wrong case. Can A give blood to the O? No. Again, A antigen will react to the antibodies. So this is again rejected. Can A RBCs give blood to the AB? Yes. Only A RBCs given to the AB person, because there is no antibodies against the A antigen. So that's why these A blood group can give RBCs to the A person and the AB person. This is the case. Again, same will be for the B. Okay, how? B person cannot give blood to the A. This is the case. B can give to the B person. That's simple. B person can give blood to the O. No, because B person are having B antigen on the surface of the RBCs. So it will agglutinate with the B antibodies that is actually present in the person of the O blood group. So that will be the rejected. Yes, B RBCs can be given to the A because there is no antibodies against the B antigen. So this is the case. Next is the AB. Can AB blood group give blood to the A? AB. It has this RBCs. We will just give RBCs. Here is the RBCs. Okay. Here is the A blood group. So if I give only the RBCs to this patient having both antigen and antibody, so B antigen will react to the B antibodies. So I can't give blood to the A. That will be the rejected. So similar will be the B because AB blood group has A and B antigen. So if I give blood to the B, so A antigen will react to the A antibodies that is actually present in the B. So it will be rejected. Can A give to the B? Obviously AB antigen will react to the AB antibodies. That will be the reacted. It means that the AB blood group can give blood to the only AB. This is the case. Now O is actually called the universal donor. Then how? O blood group, there is no antigen. If I give only the RBCs to the A, then there is no antigen against the B antibodies, then I can give the blood to the A. This is the case 1. Again, if I give only RBCs, so RBCs can be given to the B because there is no antigen and there against the B antibodies, so I can also give to the B person. Again, O can give to the O. AB, yes, because there is no antigen and there is no antibody against the antigen. So O blood group can be given to the AB antigen. Okay. Next is the O again. O can be given to the O. So that's why O blood group is actually considered as universal donor and the AB is recipient. How? Because in all these situations, you will see the AB blood group can receive the blood from any of the blood group. It doesn't matter the blood group is A, B and O. AB blood group can receive from all the blood group and O can donate to the all blood group. That's why AB is recipient universal and the O is universal donor. This is all about the ABO blood group system. If you have any question, you may ask in the comment section. Thank you so much.